It's not just for the warmer months. Tie-dye is a fun activity year-round. We're doing snow dye today. Stacia Kaplanson is the owner of Rainbow Kids Tie-Dye. She joins us to show you how it's done. Stacia, nice to have you back.
Great to see you again, Ashley.
We have plenty of snow out there, so we might as well put it to good use and make something cool with it, right?
Absolutely. This was the winter to do snow dyeing. I've always heard about it, and this was the year to do it.
Yes, get some out of your yard and make some t-shirts.
Absolutely. The first place that you start is get yourself a 100% cotton piece of clothing.
Okay.
Pick a piece, and we need to just do some folding.
All right, so this is a handkerchief?
It is. It's a bandana. Let's open it up. I'll give you the fork, and you're going to twirl it like spaghetti.
I'm
Very
good at
simple.
that.
Very. Just imagine it's a plate of spaghetti. Stick it in the middle and twirl.
Okay.
And just keep twirling.
I'm good at spaghetti. I'm not good at. Oh, there we go. You just got to get a good grip on it. All right. What's the next step?
And then you're going to use rubber bands to hold it in place. So take the fork out. We'll stick a rubber band on it. We'll stick another rubber band on it. And then the next step is it's going to go into a bin of water that has soda ash. Soda ash is a fixative which helps to glue the dye to it.
So it keeps it vibrant?
It does. It keeps it vibrant. Really important. So that'll go in the soda ash. I do have a few pieces that have soaked in soda ash that are ready to go.
So fast forward.
You want to put your gloves on.
Oh, there's a mask too.
Well, the mask would be if we were going to be mixing up dye. You want to be safe. You want to make sure that you use gloves and masks and that you use equipment that's really only for dyeing. You don't mix your food and your dye stuff together. It's one of those safety things.
Gotcha. Of course, safety first. Now, one thing we've all got right now is snow.
We have.
Right?
So if you want to set that on the
right in here.
Right in here.
So then, what's the next step?
The next step is actually the snow, and I brought with me snow from Eastern Hampton County from my own yard.
Very
so it's
nice.
Country snow, not city snow. For you.
That works perfect. Snow is snow, right? Whatever you got at home will work. So right in here you have 4 pieces of clothing that have already been soaked in soda ash.
They have.
Okay.
And now it's time to just take the snow and cover everything with snow.
Really?
Really.
And so this is something you should do at home with a bucket like this?
You should get yourself some kind of a bin and a rack, a shelf that you can put in and put your clothing on top.
Okay.
Cover
Are you doing
everything
okay?
with
I'm
snow.
trying to go
I'm
fast.
fine.
Okay.
I'm fine.
This is a lot of snow. More?
You want to cover it completely. Yeah. You know what? I'll put it down and
okay. Yeah. I don't want you to
we'll help.
Okay.
I'll give you a hand. We'll try to just
now,
make
do you
sure
definitely want to have racks like this?
It helps to have a rack to hold it up because what's going to happen is obviously the snow is going to melt. And you want to keep your clothes up above.
Okay.
So it's just, it's just a simple shelf. Go to your, go to your local store, get a little shelf rack. Nothing's expensive, nothing special. You can get all of this at your local, local stores.
Now, what is different about snow dye than just using regular dye without snow?
Snow dyeing is very experimental. It's really exciting because you never know and you never can duplicate what happens. So it's special.
Oh,
it's really special. Now that we have it covered with snow, the next step is to put the dye on. And I have fuchsia, orange, and yellow dye with plastic spoons. So I'll start with the first one. I'm just going to literally sprinkle some dye on top of the snow.
Really? And that's once the snow melts, that will actually...
What will wind up happening is the snow and the dye, as the snow melts, it will dissolve the dye, and then that will adhere to your fabric.
Now, normally when you tie-dye, you have them over here in these squirt bottles. But when you do snow dye, you use the powder.
You use the powder instead. And the powder is fiber reactive dye. That's what's really important for this process to work, is to make sure that you use soda ash and that you also use the fiber reactive dye, which are available at most craft stores. You can buy them online.
Okay, now what's the next step if this were to melt, all of that happens?
Absolutely. Why don't you just sprinkle a little bit of orange on here? And then the next step that's very simple is we're just going to cover it.
Oh.
Once you've,
is that good for now?
Absolutely. Once you've covered it entirety, put the lid on. Wait, exactly. Put it in a place that's warm so that it will melt. And eventually what will happen is you'll have your water and your dye in the bottom and you'll have your fabric at the top. Then it's really simple. Take the bands off, wash it in cold water, wash it in hot water. You can do it by hand, you can do it in your washing machine. And after you've washed it, it's good to go.
And see what kind of creation you've made with your snow and dye. That is really cool, Stacia.
And it's fun to do with kids. And what I like about it is it also contains the mess because it's all in a box.
Yeah, that's always nice. I mean, there's really no containing messes when you have kids, but at least in this case, it really is contained in one place. Great. And you can bring the snow inside. Thanks so much.
You're very welcome.
Cool. And these these are all beautiful examples of tie-dye that you've done.
I have.
Very nice. Thanks so much for joining us.
You're very welcome.
Nice to have you here.